So guys, when I ask you to think of annoying shotguns in Call of Duty, and I then ask you to think of who puts in the most annoying shotguns, who comes to mind first? Because for me, it's Treyarch. Easily. Treyarch by far has the most extensive catalog when it comes to shotguns that make you want to never touch the game again. And I'm gonna run through all of them today. Does this mean that Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer don't have annoying shotguns? No. But it's specifically Treyarch that keeps putting them in these games. So I'm discussing them. Starting with the 205 Brecci, I don't give a fuck. It's been 10 years. Who cares at this point? This terroristic device is described as a semi-automatic shotgun. Reliable 2-shot kill. Oh, fucking wonderful. A reliable 2-shot kill, not a 2-shot kill, a reliable 2-shot kill, which means that with the base option of the 12 bullets you get, you can get 6 kills in one clip with this fucking thing. Doesn't that sound fun? It's got optics. You know, it's got a reflex sight, the ELO, the BOA3, but we don't care about those. We're moving on to the important attachments. It's got quick draw, it's got a suppressor, but those aren't important either. Now, it's got a stock, which is actually kinda useless because it's just an attachment that makes you move faster while aiming down sights. And in case you haven't noticed, nobody's aiming down sights with this fucker. Now here's where we start getting into the useful attachments. We got the extended mag. Pretty self-explanatory. I don't really have to tell you what an extended mag is. Then you've got fast mags, which allow you to reload faster, which I mean, granted you're already ripping people to shreds with this fucking thing, so just not only do you have extended mags, which I think gives you like 14, 16 rounds instead, but you also get fast mags, which allows you to reload all that faster. Then you have a laser sight, which since we're not aiming down sights, that's pretty fucking useful. You have pinpoint accuracy with the damn thing. Long barrel. So now we got increased range with a semi-automatic shotgun. Are we realizing how ridiculous we're getting? And then last but certainly not least, we have rapid fire. So not only do we have an attachment to give us pinpoint accuracy, not only do we have 2 attachments to help us with our ammo, not only do we have an attachment that increases our range, but we also have an attachment that allows us to fire this thing faster, which gives people way less of a chance to fight back and defend themselves, and they will be dead within half a second. And this was just the first example of Treyarch doing this shit, because next we've got the SG-12. And if you have an unhealthy amount of hours in Black Ops 4 like me, you certainly remember this gun. So they made sure to highlight the fact that it's much more mobile than the Brecci, or I guess in this case the MOG 12 is. The MOG 12 being literally the only other shotgun in the game. And they just went full degenerate with these attachments, because you see, the Brecci had like a suppressor, it had useless shit like that that nobody's gonna use. This time though, they cut the bullshit and they were like, we know nobody's gonna use these optics, we're just gonna give them the one reflex sight and be done with it. But you come down to the attachments, right? You have long barrel 1, increases damage fall off ranges. See, we're starting with that shit. That was all the way at the bottom of the attachment list before, now it's the very first one. Extended mags 1 and 2, increased ammo capacity. I shouldn't need to tell you just how bad it's gonna get with that. Max load. Hey, yo. Add 2 pellets to each shotgun shell. So we're adding pellets to the shotgun shell on top of already having more mags, thanks to the fucking extended mag 1 and 2. Oh joy. Laser sight 1 and laser sight 2. Maximized hip fire accuracy and no hip fire penalty while moving. No hip fire penalty while moving. It's almost like they wanted people to go play in traffic when they were designing this. And then steady grip. Reduced recoil during hip fire. They just didn't give a fuck when they were making this one. They said, hey, we already know how you used the Brecci last time. Fuck it. Do whatever you like. Treyarch, you fucking psychos. This is the second year in a row that they created an abomination. And they were just like, yeah, have fun. Fuck you. And then, for you guys that really remember Black Ops 4, you might remember the operator mods. Now, if you don't know what an operator mod is, it's an attachment that modifies a weapon's behavior in a fundamental way to a greater degree than regular attachments. So, in layman's terms, that means it's gonna be fun, useful, or straight bullshit. There is no in between with these things, I promise you. For example, the Cordite has a belt feed, aka you can fire this thing as much as you want and never have to reload. Just make sure it doesn't overheat. Or the Strife, this small little pistol. It gives you a fucking tactical knife, something that was sorely missed for a lot of Call of Duties in a row. The MOG 12, the other shotgun in the game, got Dragon's Breath, aka incendiary rounds, a fire shotgun. So not only do we have one annoying shotgun, we have two. but at least that one isn't semi-auto. This one is. And you want to know what the operator mod for the SG-12 was? A strobe light. Yes, a fucking strobe light that got in your way, made it impossible to see, and made everything much harder than it needed to be. Because you would try and shoot somebody, and guess what they would do? Hold L2, LT, whatever fucking trigger they were pressing, because there's this big fuck you orb of light that is just stuck on your screen for like half a second and you can't see anything. And there's no cooldown. So you could literally hold this shit down the entire match with nothing to stop you from doing so. They didn't even try to balance this. I measured it. It affects you until about 17 steps away. Do you understand how far of a range this is? Disgusting. This is definitely one of the worst ones by far. And I'm sure everybody that played Black Ops 4 would agree with me on this. Moving on from that perfectly balanced, totally play-tested shotgun, we move on to Black Ops Cold War. See, unlike the SG-12 and the Brecci, our next shotgun, the Street Sweeper, wasn't introduced until the Season 1 update. So basically, they wanted to wait a couple months before they dropped a steaming hot pile of shit on everybody. Now, to be fair to Treyarch, for once, and you will not see me do this often, this shotgun is not entirely their fault. This shotgun actually originated in Modern Warfare 2. It was in Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare Remastered for some reason, and COD Mobile. Hell, it was even in Black Ops Declassified. Do you remember that game? No, I didn't think so. So this right here is Infinity Ward's sin, not Treyarch. But Treyarch still put it in the fucking game. So they are not without blame in this situation. Because I'll just read you the description and I'm sure you can find what's wrong with it. Full auto shotgun. I don't even have to read anything past that, do I? I don't think I do. Full auto shotgun? So we move from semi-automatic to fully automatic. We are actively getting farther away from the plot. Superior fire rate with reliable damage and the largest ammo pool in class, hand loaded with slower reload speeds. That's the way they try to balance this out, by having slower reload speeds. Wow. I mean, do you see all these attachment slots? Every game after Modern Warfare 2019 has had 1,000 goddamn attachment slots for every gun. So you know this is possibly going to be worse. On the basis of it being a full auto shotgun, I can imagine it is worse. Because unlike last time, we actually have chokes in the game now. And in case you don't know what chokes do, they can give you a wider pellet spread, which means you have a much bigger range of damage. Or they can give you a tighter pellet spread, which means it'll focus in on one person and damage them more, which means that you most likely get more kills with it. We also have attachments for your barrel that just up your damage. You don't have to sacrifice anything, no, they just up your damage. Holy shit. Oh, and here we are, the magical place, the magazine tab, because now we have 15 round drums. So we go from 12 to 15. Great, just what we needed for a full auto shotgun. I have to remind you of that again. This is a full auto shotgun. And that's not all, because we've also got an 18 round drum. Oh joy, 18 goddamn rounds of ammunition in this fully automatic shotgun. You know, I'm not sure what the attachments were looking like in every other version of this thing, but I guarantee you it never got this egregious with the amount of ammo it could use, okay? That's ridiculous for a regular shotgun, let alone a fully automatic one. You have to be on something to think that this is a good idea. And then to be real, I don't even need to show you anything else. That was already bad enough. Can you imagine any of these guns in hardcore? Some of you might even have been unlucky enough to experience some of these guns in hardcore. And you know what? I salute you. You were in a hardcore match and got fucking railed and there was nothing you could do about it. And you took it like a man. My deepest condolences. But it's also time for a round of applause for the new guys. Because last and certainly not least, we have the Maelstrom from Black Ops 6. Now, there are a multitude of annoying weapons in Black Ops 6, but the Maelstrom has to be up there, easily. Because guess what? It's another fully automatic shotgun. Wow! Described as a full auto shotgun, not surprising. Good range and handling. High recoil and large hit spread. That's the way they tried to balance this shit. High recoil and large hit spread. Well, that doesn't really help when you give us 18,000 attachments to fix that. Because fuck everything else. I'm focusing on the magazine attachments and the fire mods. Because in all honesty, Treyarch might need to fire the people that came up with this. You go to the magazine tab, we've got Extended Mag 1 and Extended Mag 2 back again. Fucking wonderful. Just what I needed to see. The thing with the Maelstrom is that just like the Street Sweeper in Cold War, it was introduced in the Season 1 update. And it ruined the game. Shocker, I know. Extended Mag 1 and 2 on a fully automatic shotgun. I don't need to explain to you why that's busted. But let's move on to the fire mods, because that's where it gets even better. We got 12 gauge Dragon's Breath. So not only is it fully automatic, not only can you have like 14, 16 bullets in one magazine, but you can also have fire bullets. Whoever came up with this needs to be shot in the head immediately. What the hell were they thinking? 12 gauge slugs. So if you want a fully automatic shotgun with slug rounds, then this is the gun for you. Fucking horrendous. Rapid fire. What is up with the rapid fire? I don't understand. Rapid fire on this? Bro, they just gave up. They don't even give a fuck. I don't understand what Treyarch has against the people to keep doing this. And the one time where the shotgun wasn't their idea, they made it much worse than it was originally. So they still share the blame. I need to see the design documents at Treyarch, bro. This is not okay. I just wanted to remind you just how fucking stupid Treyarch can be. And with how Black Ops 7 is shaping up, I've seen some gameplay these last few days, and it seems like that's not gonna change anytime soon.